All right, now we're moving to the front. You remove this little panel here. There are two little clips right here that look like that. You just pop those out. This panel pops out from this direction, coming outward. And if you look, I'm gonna try to get it. Sorry for switching the camera views. Up in there, don't know. There's the tube, the gray tube in the top right corner. Now behind that is the end of the tube where it touches the wall, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get it on camera. But if you follow that tube right there, that gray white looking tube to the end, there is a grommet that the tube goes into. Now I'm going to go reach up in there, and you got to pull that grommet out from the firewall and then disconnect it from the tube, and then I'll show you what to do next. Alright, I've reached up back up behind this piece and pulled from the grommet. Don't pull from the tube, but pull from the grommet. You'll get this thing out of the firewall. This is the end that attaches through your firewall. You'll have to shove this back in when you get done. But in the meantime, you're going to want to disconnect this from the line and trim out this end, hollow it out so where actually you can see all the junk falling out of there. See, they just don't do a good job of these. Oh, and I just crimped my line. Don't do that. Goodness gracious. Careful with your pulling on your line. Alright, I'm going to turn the camera off so I can do this right. Alright guys, you see now, I've got this grommet disconnected from the drain tube. And I'm going to hollow this out here to where this plus sign, which is stopping all of the debris and clogging up the lines, will not be there anymore. Alright, I'm going to take the grommet here. I'm going to drill it out. Start with a little bit smaller drill bit than you want to end up with. It's going to be spinning around in there. Drill it out to where it gets a little bit. Let's get it focused. Nope, not going to focus too much. So let's get some more of it. Pour all of what's in there. You see a little bit better now. It's starting to get a little bit more hollowed out. Now you can just do this one some more, or you can go to a slightly larger bit and increase the size. And then I've seen some people that will take a hot piece of metal and put it through here the right size to get it all done, but to me I just prefer this method. As you can see there, it's doing pretty good job, and it doesn't melt the inside of your grommet either or add any unneeded temperature to the rubber. So yeah, that should do it. A couple little tiny pieces in there left, but I'm just gonna scrape those out a little bit more. But that's the idea. This will be your end result. Now getting it back in is tricky. You've got to get this guy back up behind this gray metal silver mount, and you'll find the hole that you had before, and you've got to work that grommet in there and get it to feed in all around all 360 of that grommet and get that all inside of the firewall, or else none of this is any good. It'll just leak out into your floorboard anyway. Alright, good luck with this part. Alright, I'm going to try my best to show you this under the driver's side of the car. I'm getting out of here. You can reach up under the dash here. You will possibly see that black hose right here, and at the end of that is your grommet, right at the other end of that black hose right there. So you got to reach up there and pull that grommet out and do the same thing that you did to the passenger side. So I'm going to do that now. Try to do it while I film. We'll see. So you just got to work it out one side to another. And then once you get it out, you gotta bring it down here so that you can disconnect it from the hose, which I'm gonna do with two hands. Try to. Alright, let's turn the video off, but yeah, you get the idea. Alright, so the hose is up there. Got the grommet drilled out right here. Make sure you just use a drill bit that's about the same size, and you can go smaller at first and work your way up to a little bit larger size, but that's what you want to end up with. Probably do a little bit more actually, but you want to get rid of all that stuff. You want to reach back up, put it back onto that line right there, and then you gotta stick it back through the firewall best way you can. Make sure it seals in tight, and then for the test, there's some water down the top of the drain in the sunroof, and make sure it comes out on the outside, not the inside. Alright, and the line is back in, so is the grommet. It's easier on this side to put the grommet in first and then put your line back into the grommet after you know your grommet's in the hole. You can reach your right hand up under the dash here and kind of hang your back on the floorboard, and that's the best way to get to it. So good luck, guys. Let me know if you need any questions. I'm sure I missed some things. I did it on their first alpha a year and a half ago, and sunroof, we are all in the trees. We have to park under trees, and we've never had an issue since I've done it to this thing. I did all 4 last year and never had an issue. So do at your own risk, but hopefully it'll work for old tan one here. All right, thanks, guys. All right, now we've cleaned this thing out. Do a little water test. See what happens. Yay! It's draining outside the vehicle. You have clean drains. Alright, so you know how to do it now? Drill out those grommets, get them back in, get the lines back up to them, and if you have any questions, let me know.